Everybody hit the floor. Nobody moves. Nobody gets hurt.
What is up, YouTube? It's your soon-to-be boy xXSixxShooter, certified countrified, with the chicken biscuits to prove it. I'm bringing you some team deathmatch on Resistance. This is like my third gameplay ever with the FAD or FAD, whatever you want to call it. And I gotta admit, I'm loving this gun. Since this was actually like 3 games before I prestiged, so I went ahead and prestiged. I knew I said I wasn't going to, but I went ahead and did it. But I automatically went ahead and used my prestige token to get this gun, so I now have it on my new prestige. Trying to find the right combination that works with it now that, you know, I've lost all my perks and all the attachments and everything. But that's what this game's about, you know, starting over. But this gun is just, it's amazing. I don't know why I've been sleeping on it for so long. I just never pick it up. I guess because by the time I got to the level to unlock it, I had prestiged and, you know, didn't really use it. But I'm telling you, this gun is amazing. Now this game, I think I actually go 21-6 with it. I'm playing with two people in my party. Yeah, just 2, Crash and Crackerjack. So we come in and we pretty much own this. You can say we playing scrubs or whatever you want to say, but we pretty much destroyed them, I think. But what I really want to talk about is how, what's the best way to put it? How when we were kids, all this shit that our kids are having to do now, or this younger generation, we didn't have all that stuff in place. You know what I'm saying? Damn, car seats. Like, they just passed a law here in Georgia where you gotta be in a car seat until you're 8 years old. 8 freaking years old? I mean, honestly. Now I'm only, you know, 27, 28. So anybody around my age knows what I'm talking about when I'm talking about we were lucky if we were even in a seat. Half the time we were standing up, jumping around the back seat in our mama daddy's lap while they're driving the car. You know what I'm saying? But now that's unsafe. But yet it didn't bother us. It never hurt us. You know what I'm saying? Our generation made it through okay. I mean, think about riding with bicycles, and now you gotta have helmets and knee pads and elbow pads and gloves and all this stuff. Man, when I was a kid, we walked the streets. We found 6, 7 different frames. We put the bikes together and we rode them. We didn't find no elbow pads and helmets and gloves in the ditch. So you know what? We didn't ride with those things. And you know, once again, our generation turned out okay. I mean, honestly, oh, this is a big fail right here on my part. I should have had him. I don't know what I was doing. But back to what I was saying. Who makes up these things that all of a sudden now this is what we need and this is what we need, and oh, if our kids don't have this, then they're all gonna die. Our whole generation is gonna die. No, I mean, you know, I do overprotect my kids. I got 3 of them, so I mean, but that, like, especially with me, like my first kid. I know y'all don't want to hear about this. Y'all want to hear about other stuff. But with my first kid, I overprotected her. Superly overprotected her. And then by the time my third kid came around, it was like, man, I've already done this. There's no need to, you know, go and boil bottles every time and stuff like that. Anyways, off with my kids. Y'all don't want to hear about that. All I'm talking about is how we superimpose all these rules onto us all the time. Now, when this generation gets older, you know, I think they're actually... I honestly think it's going to revert back to what it was. This generation is not going to give a care, and then their generation, you know, will give a care. You know, never-ending cycle. As the Lion King said, you know, it's the circle of life. But I just don't understand how we made it through, and the people making the laws, they did the same thing. You know, we did riding without car seats, riding without elbow pads and gloves. I mean, really gloves. But, you know, so why are they, you know, coming up with this? Accidents are always going to happen. I understand that. But just because, you know, just because little Jimmy has on a damn helmet doesn't mean when that car comes by, that helmet's going to protect him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, part of it has to do with stupid adults, not stupid kids. Trust me, when I was a kid, every adult was a stupid adult, you know? They ain't going to tell me what to do, you little stupid. No, I'm just kidding. But I was a good kid. Not really, but... I just don't understand how all of that comes to be, you know. And like I said, it's probably going to be a never-ending cycle. Like I said, my kids' generation, they're probably not going to care about rules. And then some big catastrophe is going to happen. And then boom, their kids are gonna care about rules. So it's kind of like I work in the aviation business, and before 9/11, everything was smooth. You know, you could just walk right through the door, so to speak. You know, if somebody was if somebody you knew was flying in, you could walk right to their gate to pick them up. Now you can't get nowhere near the gate. You gotta wait outside, you know, by the ticket booths and stuff. But by the luggage claims. But now that, you know, 9/11 happened, even employees, I mean, it's so hard to go. We have to have a badge now to work on an airport, and they make you jump through loops and hoops for that badge. I'm actually having to go through the process now. I've got to get fingerprinted. I've got to get a background check. I've got to have the FBI run all my stuff so that I can see if I'm approved to get a custom seal, so that I can go on special parts of the airport and stuff. And it's just, like I said, it's ridiculous the stuff that they make you do for this. And once again, you know, it's because something, you know, a big catastrophe happened. And I understand that. But honestly, me getting my badge ain't going to keep a terrorist from doing what he wants to do if he wants to do it, you know. I don't know. That's just my point. I mean, I'm not dogging none of their rules or none of that. I'll abide by all of them. Don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes the stuff that they make you do is just totally ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. But anyways, that was just my rant on rules and how we had it as a kid as opposed to how kids have it now. But the gameplay is coming to an end. I'm about to get a kill. Then boom, my boy Cracker Jackson will get this final kill, I think. But remember, you can't have collard greens without first killing a pig. It's been your boy 6Shooter. Get at your boy.